Hey guys, today I have a matching Whirlpool 4.5 cubic foot front load washer, and then we've got the matching electric dryer to go with it. Right now I want to show you on the washer that everything's working perfect, so I've got it loaded. Let me sit down here and make it a little easier. We've got it stuffed pretty full there. Now this can take a pretty good size load, jeans, jackets, towels, that kind of thing all crammed in there, and there's even space for more. Now on a front load washer, whereas like with a top load you wouldn't want to overload it, with a front load you want to load it. Like I could go ahead and fill this up to the top here, because the fuller it is, obviously not so full that you like couldn't close a door or something, but if we put more clothes on top of here, the more clothes that are in it filled to capacity, actually the cleaner the clothes will get, because the way this machine agitates is the clothes moving around on themselves. The tumbling aspect of the clothes falling on themselves is how they agitate. It is how these clothes get clean. So this is a good size load here. It'll be great for these testing purposes. Now I always run about 4 loads through and go through and test all of this stuff out on here. So on this one, we'll go ahead and turn it on. Right here is where you put your liquid HE detergent. You've got a spot for bleach, you've got a spot for fabric softener. So that's all nice and clean, and I've got some HE soap down in there for this load here. And then over here, we'll just put this on. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's just do normal. And we come over here. There's an EcoBoost button, which I don't like to do those. Sometimes it kind of skimps on the water if you do that. You've got delay time. You can actually adjust that. That's really cool. It's telling me that I didn't put very much soap in there, and I typically don't, just for these test loads. Our wash temp, we have several different options here, and same thing with the spin speed. We're gonna do warm, we'll do extra fast, because I wanna show you guys it spinning at its absolute fastest. Soil level, so what this is gonna do, this is really gonna be how long is this machine gonna sit there and agitate on that normal cycle. That's what you're determining when you switch this up here. So normal is gonna be, I wouldn't call it a quick cycle, but it'll be just a normal time. If you want heavy and extra heavy, you'll notice it'll add more time. So, and that's just how long is it going to sit here and roll and roll and roll and roll and roll forever through the agitating. So that's how that works. So we'll go back down to normal, about 47 minutes. Pre-soak, we'll turn this off, but also kind of cool. You can let those clothes soak if you want to put it in some oxy or something. Control lock, great if you have kids. Cycle signal, also nice that you can turn that off if you got kids sleeping, or looks like maybe you've got how loud you want it to go, so we'll just put that on a 1. Extra rinse option, fan fresh. I didn't look that up. I'm not sure what that is, but like I said, tons of different options. We've got it set the way we want it to go. We could also turn the steam option on. The dryer has a steam option on it too, I noticed that. However, we don't need it here, so we're just gonna go ahead and hold to start, and it's gonna get started. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow it to move through the cycle. I'll show you, I'll come back when it's filled up with water, and we'll be able to see how it's moving along in there. You'll be able to hear the drain running, and then most important, you'll be able to see on that final spin cycle that it's spinning super fast. It's nice and quiet and stable, not jumping around or anything like that. All things you'd look for as if you're standing here yourself testing it out. You'll get to see all of that. So try to make these videos as short as possible, so I will allow this to go ahead and fill up, and it's adding the water now, and we will come back. All right, and here it goes. Really into that wash cycle now. You can see it tumbling those clothes. Everything's nice and wet. Of course, it's gonna add quite a bit more water as it goes, but doing an excellent job getting started. Okay, so at 33 minutes, we are running the drain, and I'll show you here. Drain's running nice and fast, getting all that water out. So at 33 minutes, it is draining out the wash water. It's gonna fill back up with fresh water for the rinse cycle. Let's see. And then it'll agitate through the rinsing for a bit before it finally does a drain for the final spin cycle. All right, guys, drain's kicked on. It's draining out that wash water. Now it's gonna fill back up with fresh water for the rinse cycle. Then it'll rinse for a bit, drain that out, and we'll be on to the final spin cycle. So it's kind of getting started now with the first spin on the rinse cycle. So we'll let it go ahead and finish that up, and here now we are going to come back for the final spin cycle. Okay, our washer is finishing up now. It's going to get up to speed on that final spin cycle. And I figured while it's doing that, I'd come over here to the matching 7.4 cubic foot electric dryer and show it off real quick. I've got it set to just a normal cycle, and you have a delicate cycle, quick dry, time dry, sanitize. You have a steam refresh because you can. Essentially what you do is you put in a splitter valve on your cold hose on the washer, and you run an additional cold hose to the back of this dryer. You don't have to use it, but it's there if you want to. And that's how you do it. You just run an additional cold hose. You've got some additional cycles here. Then over here we have this set temperature. It's going to be set to medium. Dryness level, we set it to more. You've got your cycle signal. We've got that set to soft. It's nice that you can turn that off if you want to. And then wrinkle shield, we'll just turn that off. But that's where it'll continue to run after the load, about 5 minutes. In 5-minute cycles, I should say, for up to an hour, just keeping those wrinkles out till you can get back to your load and get it folded up. All types of different sensors here. It's going to tell you to check the vent, which will pop inside here, and I'll show you. Nice super bright LED on the inside. You've got your lint trap, goes right there. Huge capacity on that one. Let's go ahead and close it up. Then I'll show you that it's heating and everything like it's supposed to as soon as this one over here finishes up. So our timer hasn't moved, but that's not uncommon. Sometimes time will jump around a little bit. It all depends on how big the load is, how heavy it is, how wet it still is. So I'll come back on this one once it gets down to about the 3 or 4 minute mark. That'll be when it's spinning the fastest. But what it's doing right now, if you can even see in there, is it's auto balancing. So it's balancing this load by starting and stopping till it gets the perfect balance so that it can get up to that super high speed, which we'll come back for in a minute. I just wanted to touch base on one thing. So now this timer will kind of resume and go through the actual final spin now that it's getting up to speed. You can see just how fast it's spinning. Once it hits a target RPM, then our ticker there will start to go down. But you can hear that, if you can hear it, it's very quiet, but the drain is also running as it gets going this super fast speed. And the really cool thing about it running this fast, it's like I said, I don't know that you can see it, but it's running super fast. It does a max extraction of water out of those clothes, which is a part of that HE designation, high efficiency. And what that means is when we put them over here in the dryer, it's going to cut that drying time just about in half from the traditional drying. You see now we're counting down again. We're just about up to full speed here, so I'm just going to hang out for just a sec. Like I said, I just like to show off that everything's working perfect and super fast spin cycle, making sure that that's nice, quiet, and smooth is super important. And now it may not actually hang out for a full 10 minutes either. Like I said, that time will kind of jump around a little bit. But it looks like it might even come to a full stop and start again. And that's what it's doing. So we'll call that good. Since you got to see it at peak speed there, we'll let it go ahead and just finish up, and then we'll move over to the dryer. All right, so now the washer's done. You see the nice bright LED in there, cleaned out. One thing I always show off whenever I do sell these, which is kind of rare that I come across a set like this that's so nice. You know, these will retail for a little over $2,000, about $2,100. I always want to go down in here and check this, make sure there's no buildup, no mold or anything like that. Kind of gets neglected, but A real easy trick for that is just to have a dry towel, clean dry towel sitting by, that once you're done and you move your clothes from the washer over to the dryer, just take that towel and kind of wipe in along here, because right here is kind of where water likes to pool, little drain right there. Just keep it clean, keep it clear, take your towel, just kind of go around this, and then always leave this door cracked. Don't close it, because after a load, especially if you use warm or hot water, there's going to be moisture condensation built up in here. Allow that to air out, just kind of keep that clean. And you should never have to worry about this, because it's that moisture and allowing it to sit on this that over years will end up warping these right here, and then eventually they'll leak. This one doesn't have any of those problems, it's very well taken care of. These are just about in like new condition. If I didn't have a set so nice already, these might end up in my own laundry room. So that's the tip for that there. Now we come over here to the dryer, and you can see that huge load in this huge dryer. Still looks like there's plenty of room. We could have made the load a little bit bigger, but these clothes came out super light. It spun really fast and did a really good job spinning for quite a while, and these are super light, so these are gonna dry in no time. So we'll go ahead and close that up. Turn our power on. We're gonna go, time dry is fine, 40 minutes. We'll hold that. Now it's gonna darken out. Now let's see, we can turn the drum light on while it's running. Not sure why you'd wanna do that, but that's kinda neat. Kinda see what's going on in there. Nice bright drum light. I'm gonna let this run for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna use my temperature gun here to show you that it's heating like it's supposed to. So it's about 77 degrees on the top right here. If I shine it down on the concrete floor, it's a little cooler down there, about 72 degrees. So here in just a minute, we'll shine it inside there. You can obviously see it's tumbling perfectly, but I'm gonna show you that it's heating perfectly. All right, so just a couple minutes there. We'll go ahead and open this up. Now the heat comes out of that tube right there, so that's our heating element tube. You can see plenty of heat coming into that tube right there. If I can get it to focus on there we go. I'll take a picture. I always include a picture of that in the ad, just even at first glance the heat's coming out of here like it's supposed to. Now this is super hot, but the inside of your dryer, it's only gonna get up from about 95 up to 195. Just depends on how long it's been running and what you have your heat setting at up here. So we'll go ahead and hold that to start it back up. And it's set on time dry to high heat. We could have set that to whatever we wanted, but high heat, that'll get that done in no time. And I will go ahead and get these listed up for sale. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I do really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. A little bit longer video, however, a little bit more to these front loaders. A little more things you want to check out on them and make sure everything's working perfect. So now you know, and I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks, y'all have a great day.